Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for 𝗕𝗲𝗶𝗁𝗀𝗀𝗄. And today's attraction tips video is called You Must Always Maintain Frame. Now, maintaining frame is very important in maintaining a woman's attraction for you. Frame control is essentially having and keeping the power over your emotions and the power in the relationship. It's knowing that you are the prize, that this is your world and she's an invited guest in it. It's you as a man being the dominant leading force in the relationship. Now, this doesn't mean that you're domineering and controlling, which is different. Women do not find domineering and controlling men to be attractive, but they do find dominant and leading men to be very attractive. There is a difference. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing why establishing and maintaining frame is so important in the relationship and important in keeping her attraction level for you very high. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at 𝗕𝗲𝗶𝗁𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, click on the contact tab and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your questions and messages to me rather short and to the point, really just 1 to 2 paragraphs max. Otherwise, I'm not going to have time to read through them all, as I get a lot of emails from you guys. But I will get back to you as soon as I can in either a video response where I will keep your personal information private or in a written response. But I do have to take care of my paying clients first, so if you're just a little patient, I usually get back to you within a week or so. But if you need to get in touch with me right away, the best way to do that is, again, head over to my website at 𝗕𝗲𝗶𝗁𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see I have several options for you to choose from. I offer emergency email coaching that includes me responding on weekends and holidays. And I also offer bi-weekly and monthly email coaching where I will work with you throughout that time period. And I also offer 1-hour phone coaching for my U.S. clients. If you're outside of the U.S., I will have something for you soon in terms of phone or Skype coaching. But for right now, email coaching is the way to go. And I will post a link to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. Now, most men, they jump right into a woman's frame from the get-go, and they remain there throughout the entirety of the relationship. And if you do that, the relationship isn't going to be very long, or you're going to be very miserable throughout that relationship. Others, they start off in their own frame, but they quickly give in to the woman's frame. And we see this all the time in movies and TV shows, and it spills over into real life where men feel that they need to get their woman's approval or their permission in order to do the things that they want to do or the things that they need to do for themselves. And most guys, they give up their frame for the woman's frame because they think this will make women like them more, or that this is the only way that they're going to be able to get sex out of her. So what they're essentially giving her what she wants, hoping that she will give them what they want in return. And it never really works out that way. Because doing things this way puts her in the dominant role by putting yourself in the submissive role. And women, they do not have respect for submissive men. And they certainly do not make women horny. Women will never love nor sleep with, except for maybe on special occasions, any man that she doesn't have respect for. So basically, you're giving her all this power for little to nothing in return. Entering into a woman's frame is essentially putting her up on a pedestal, making her wants and her needs and her desires more important than your own. And when women are up on that pedestal, they are more or less looking down to the men that put them up there. For women to respect and admire and desire you, they have to look up to you. They have to feel that the man in their life is just a couple of points above them in sexual market value. And this is more or less the definition of hypergamy, which is something that we will be talking about soon, because it's important to understand that women are naturally hypergamous in order for you to understand how attraction works in overall. So how do you get women to look up to you? Well, in the most basic sense, you have to be dominating as much as you can at life and take the leadership role in the relationship. Being the leader doesn't mean controlling her, it simply means taking the lead, usually by example. And if she trusts you and feels safe and comfortable with your lead, she will follow. And the only way for her to trust you and feel safe and comfortable with your lead is for you to establish and maintain frame. Your frame is not only being and remaining emotionally centered through good times and bad, but it's also staying true to your beliefs, your values, and the decisions that you make in life. I mean, basically, you're setting the tone for the relationship. I did do a video called You Set the Tone, She Sets the Pace, which you should check out. But once you set the tone, I mean, she can join you or she doesn't have to join you. And if she doesn't want to join you, you just keep moving forward until you find a girl that is willing to join you and stay in your frame. If this girl does want to join you, then that's great. You have a great girl by your side. But maintaining frame means that you don't change your opinion because she or really anyone else doesn't agree with you. You don't change your behavior because she doesn't approve. And you most certainly don't give up your responsibilities or your purpose in life or your life's work just because she wants your attention in that moment. I actually talked about this a bit in my video, Your Compliance and Her Attraction. And in it, I talked about how the more you comply with her demands, the more she's going to lose attraction for you. Now, of course, on a conscious level, no woman is ever going to agree with this because consciously she does want you to comply. But on an emotional level, like deep down inside of her attraction is going to drop every time you enter into her frame and comply. Now, on the other hand, as I also explained in that video, that if you're in a long-term relationship and you want to keep her, you are going to have to comply and compromise to some extent. There has to be a little bit of a balance there. I mean, really you want things to tip in your favor more, but you do have to balance things out a little bit. It can't be 100% all you and 0% her. She's just not going to stick around for that. Though you do have to understand that every time you do comply, her attraction for you is going to drop at least a little bit. But you could get that back up again by being charming and playful and ultimately showing her your dominance. Now, another part of maintaining frame is being and remaining emotionally centered. Now, this could mean being her rock during emotionally turbulent times. As we all know, women could get very emotional sometimes, and it's up to us to be her steady rock. And it also could mean showing her some self-control rather than turning into a big ball of sappy mush when you're trying to express your love to her. Obviously, this doesn't mean that you can't show or express emotion. You just want to keep it centered. Telling her that you love her or showing her that you love her is perfectly fine. You just don't want your emotions to get the best of you. And it's the same thing on the other end of the spectrum. When things are really tough and maybe you're not seeing eye to eye, you just don't want to lose it emotionally. You want to stay centered. Really what it all boils down to is that women want to feel your masculine strength and dominance. And you communicate this to her through your actions. You don't go and tell her about it or tell her how emotionally strong or dominant you are. I mean, as men, because we're more logically minded, we feel the need to explain things in detail. Like that's the only way we could get it across. But women will pick it up much better if you do this through your actions. And she will see it over time, your true colors. So in a nutshell, you just want to remain emotionally centered and take the lead in the relationship. And like I said before, if she feels safe and comfortable, she will follow you with nothing but respect, admiration, and ultimately sexual desire. So if you guys have found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, but I also have a link to PayPal if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.